there any, I cannot see. Is there any question? Everything clear? Question there.
Hello, this is Arndt Ohlach from the FT Germany. I would like to know if you could elaborate a little bit on the synchronization issue and what we can expect in the future of Acer there.
Jim.
Synchronization, first of all, it means that you had data in the different devices, and now we define it's the data files. No matter it's like Word, the Office files, or the that's media files like music, that's the photos, those things. Plus that's your scheduling, your contact list within the devices. Then you can sync. For example, that's when you are traveling, you meet the new persons, and you exchange business cards, so you have the new numbers. But your database in your PC may not have this one, so you can sync. That's initially side by side with the cloud services. Then you can update it. That's remotely. Okay. Synchronization means you don't need to do the file insert or something. That you can simply define that one device versus the other device. You want it always sync. So when you hook up, they try to sync up the folders you define. They just get even. And later dates, always the update one. You just update the other portion that there is older dates. So they synchronize. Already define the way that you only sync certain folders, but not the other folders. So it depends on user's definition. So that is the definition of synchronization we talk about. Okay. No, that's I mentioned in the presentation. Say initially we only define Windows Mobile, and Android, 3 OS system to sync, and only in those folders I mentioned, data files. That's the music, that's video, and that's the photo, and the contact list, and scheduling. Yeah. Your second question originally asking about the future developments. We haven't decided to disclose the version we announced end of this month called Acer Sync 1.0. We are preparing our 2.0. At this moment, we still not decided to disclose the whole picture yet. But the things I mentioned earlier, I said that something like more files you can share, or the more OS you can support, something like Symbian, all those things that is in our considerations. But we haven't finalized exactly how we're going to support in the future. Mac OS, that's one thing we need. But Mac OS, maybe not likely, because the thing we're going to focus will be Open OS. Today, Open OS only the two mainly, Microsoft OS and Linux OS. Anything related to Linux like Android, but and the Symbian, they just announced the opening of that beginning of this year. So you can treat it as the Open OS. But how open it is, we need to make sure we have the control of all those the programming files. Otherwise, we don't feel comfortable to call it open yet. So we need some time.
Hardly open, is it?
Sorry?
Windows. Ooh. Windows is hardly open, is it?
Windows for user interface open, but the thing you talk about, there's a lot of very deep levels, like there's some programs running, and that's the OS and APs, the handshaking. Those things we hardly can comment on that. Yeah.
We also have to say that Acer is the only brand which has a full line from desktop to notebook, to netbook, to smartphones, and the objective is really to start synchronizing the Acer brand main products. And this is really an opportunity also for the partners which are working with us, because they can leverage on a full product portfolio, starting from one end to two ends, and traditional mobility products.
Hi, Gareth Beavers from Tech Radar. Obviously, it's a good announcement to see an acceleration of Android. What's the strategy going forward, and are we going to see some more customizations like HTC Sense and Moto Blur to kind of take Android to the next level?
Android, it's one kind of Linux. It's much more open than anything else as of today. You are right. So we talk about something like synchronization. Definitely is you need to have a special user interface. So there's a freedom. Based on Android, we can do something on that. We also mentioned about user interface. That's in my slides that I show 3 pictures there. If you look closer, that's you didn't see the standard Android clock over there. The reason is that with the Android, you have Android applets, Android environments. Also, that's on top of that, you can create something. So that is a way we try to have the user interface for users much easier to go back and forth between different applications. Much easier, much more intuitive, jumping around different environments, making the user interface very easy for users to apprehend, and uses without real learning or reading the menu. Yes, so you can expect we will continue to do that. That is our direction.
A question for Mr. Lanci. In order to reach the goals you described before, in order to, in terms of revenue and market share till 2012, you are thinking to a new acquisition or not?
As I said, in my opinion, consolidation will continue to speed up because we are really convinced that I don't think that there is much more room than 4 or 5 players in this industry. Then when you are part of the industry and you have a certain objective in terms of growth, you also look at what is the overall picture and try to understand what is the best things to do for the company. Today, frankly speaking, when we talk about other acquisition, we don't have anything in mind. We don't have anything planned, or we don't plan anything for the time being. But I would also not say that we are not going to do any other acquisition in the next 3 years, because the market is in such a big evolution that I think it's very difficult to understand now what is going to be in 12, 18 or 24 months, and also what is going to change. So we don't have anything in mind, but for sure we are not. We cannot say. It will not be fair to say that we are not. We will not look at any potential acquisition in the next 3 years. Who knows?
Okay, I just want to get some more features about the Android strategy. How many notebooks are you going to launch, in fact, this next year? And do you really believe in on the Android as an OS system? Thank you.
We announced this time netbook. For notebook, we haven't have a clear message for you at this event. Regarding next year, we will continue to, because Android is also an OS. Every year is a one major version of the release and one minor version of release. So we have to continue to monitor about these developments and making sure we deliver value for users. So we have this study, but we don't have the products plan for next year. How many netbook is going to be introduced yet?